Greetings to all of you from my country, where it is about 9:15 in the evening, or about 20:48 hours of Thursday of the 8th of July, I beg your pardon, the 8th of July of the Gregorian year 2021. Yes, it is late evening of Thursday, July the 8th, 2021. And I'm obliged to address you, my most beloved, dear and respected friends and viewers of this live telecasting, with a heavy heart and with all due concerns and worries. The death of a priest in a prison has raised much of my concerns and worries. A priest is deemed to be a vicar. Of course, if his priesthood is based upon the doctrines pronounced by the only one and true living God, the Creator, the sole Creator of us all, and the only one who is infallible. So was it in the case of a priest who was far above 80 years of age, but was falsely accused of some kind of terrorism, arrested, and was detained for many months until his death this very day. Sadly enough, the priest was also a patient of Parkinson's disease. He definitely was not a traitor to any reasonable and regional community or government or his own state. He was merely a victim of false accusation and a very shameful system contrary to the very constitution of his country. The written constitution of his country ensures that every accused person be deemed innocent until proven guilty beyond all reasonable doubts. A rule also termed as the presumption of innocence. But alas, such rules were disregarded in the case of this innocent, old and feeble person. Perhaps because he was in minority. Perhaps because he was not one of those individuals who speak up and protest. He was a man of true humility. He feared his Creator and endeavored to abide by the rules laid down by his Creator, even in the written forms. But this raises a very alarming question on my mind. because I, being a lawful citizen of my country, believe in the very existence of our systems based upon and indeed founded upon and founded by the written constitution of our country, which was promulgated as early as on the 26th of November of the Gregorian year 1949, only 2 months prior to my country's declaring herself a republic. Our constitution ensures that, like a tripod or a three-legged stool, our whole system, creating the state as an entity, rests firmly also upon the principle known as the separation of powers. If any of the three organs, namely the legislative organ, the executive organ, and the honorable judiciary, fails to adhere to the very constitution, the whole state is at stake, is imperiled, even is likely to collapse at some stage. Therefore, I call upon my native countrymen and women to speak out against any violation of our constitution by any person, any community, any party, any organ. It is our duty to defend our constitution. The constitution is based upon sound laws of the nations, even befitting the very charter of the United Nations organization. We must defend our constitution. We must speak out against anyone who tries to violate our constitution. Whether this anyone be an individual person or a party or a group or a community or even an organ. For the Republic, which was created upon the Constitution and came into existence thanks to our Constitution on January the 26th of the Gregorian year 1950, must be protected against all the enemies of the Constitution, whether domestic or foreign. I therefore most humbly call upon my fellow countrymen and women to speak out against any violation, any infringement of the Constitution of our country, even any wrong committed against the minority or any minority group in our country, provided the sound law of our country, based upon the same constitution, supports the legal rules as a whole and the rules called in question. I thank you wholeheartedly, wishing you the protection of the same Creator who created all of us, even the innocent priest who was accused falsely, detained wrongfully, and died tragically even in a prison, despite his old age and his innocence. While I remain most mournfully at your service, befitting the very rules of equity and natural justice, even in support our Constitution.